We're talking about wellness and conservation, environmental conservation, and of course, the Jubilee Live Free Race. Good morning, Dr. Edna Ngare. Good morning, Lois Washira. Welcome to Double O Direct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Tell me, Lois, what do you do at Jubilee Insurance?
So my name is Dr. Edna Ngare. I am a medical doctor and a wellness consultant by profession. I work in Jubilee Health Insurance for now as a head of wellness.
I like how you say for now. It's like, I work at Jubilee Health Insurance for now.
Well, a girl has to
Boss is listening. He's like, huh? You're like, what?
Well, it's
Just
because
kidding.
we have so many subsidiaries. We have Jubilee Life, we have Jubilee Health, and so for now it's Jubilee Health.
Oh, for now it's Jubilee Health.
Yes, and then we're going to expand to
Yes.
Jubilee Life, and then now Jubilee, the entire Jubilee Insurance.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're head of wellness.
Yes, so I'm
so
the
kama
head
mtu
of
ako na
wellness.
mawivu we come to you.
No, that's a doctor.
But you said you're Dr. Edna Ngare.
I'm a wellness doctor and I'm a wellness consultant. So what that basically means is that we offer population health management, which is now preventive and rehabilitative health through nutrition, physical exercises, mental health, and anything in between that makes your lifestyle better and actually makes you live life well, not just be alive.
Fantastic.
So it means
thriving.
Yes, and it means that it's you who has most of the control rather than me as a doctor. So that's the difference between curative and preventive health. So curative, I tell you, take Panadol.
Yes.
Preventive health, we discuss and we agree. We do take
Could you
broccoli
imagine?
or spinach.
Exactly. Yeah. All of the above. They're my favorites.
Yeah. So that's what we do for all our clients, corporate and individual. And we have different communities targeted towards their individual needs and the individual health and wellness needs, from women to the elderly to the seniors and to people living with chronic diseases.
They do take care of men as well and boys. It's not
Yes, we take care of men
as
well.
It's the whole family. Exactly. Lois, tell me about the Grand Nairobi Bike Race.
Great. My name is Lois Washira. I'm the co-director of Exigent Limited, which is a race timing company. And one of our flagship projects is the Grand Nairobi Bike Race, which we started in 2019. And the whole idea was to bring the entire family unit into a space where they can enjoy Nairobi like we would want to enjoy it. Enjoy the roads, make sure that we can be able to have a nice day where we all come out as an entire family unit, be it having a black mamba, have your mountain bike, a road bike, come and enjoy the city. That's what the goal of the Grand Nairobi Bike Race was. And we managed to do that, held a very stellar event back then. And on the back of that, the whole idea was how then do we use two wheels in terms of looking at the SDGs. We're looking at how do we build sustainable cities. Can two wheels be the solution? That's one of the key aspects of why the Grand Nairobi Bike Race was started in 2019.
2019 was the first one. Did you have a race in 2020?
2020, 2021, of course, COVID happened.
Yes.
But in those gap years, we planted about 5,000 trees.
Wow.
Yes, and the whole idea, it's a different approach because previously people just plant trees in forest. But our approach, we were like, let's go to schools. Schools have kids. Kids can adopt a tree from when they join in.
Mumbi, what is that school that was behind me called again? Please remind me. I'm trying to remember the name of that school. They're such lovely children. I just said Green Edgewood Academy. I just met some lovely kids from Green Edgewood Academy. And you were telling me you were going to schools. I remember Standard Group has an initiative where we plant fruit trees.
Yes,
what kind of trees were you planting?
Yeah, both fruit trees and indigenous trees.
Yes.
And the whole idea is just that adoption of those trees. By the time a kid is in Standard 4 and goes all the way to class 8, it will have grown. Yes. And then once they leave and the next lot comes in and they're able to actually then reap the fruits from those trees. And the whole idea is also in terms of the places that we planted, how do we start creating microclimates around these regions so that if it rains, it can be able to rain in that area, given that it's fully covered with trees. We have our Mau forest, which is a catchment area. It's going down. And the whole, the reason being, it's about deforestation. How do we then start creating spaces within our communities that can be able to create these environments which we are looking for in terms of even the good air that everybody wants, instead of having these emissions that we are getting from vehicles and other means of transport. And
Is your primary mode of transport, Lois, your bike?
It's not my primary. I use it for leisure.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, it's for leisure.
Yes.
It's for leisure. And where do you cycle? Because I stopped cycling in Nairobi when a trailer ran over a cyclist. I used to cycle from around State House to Consolata Church. I was very religious. Yeah.
What happened?
Used to go to mass. We will talk about that at another time. For the Gigi, for the Daniel. I'm sorry. Yeah, but seriously, I used to cycle from State House to Consolata Church and back, through Arboretum. My mom saw a trailer crushing a cyclist. It's like, no, never. Of course, I was much younger then. So where are the safe spaces to cycle other than Karura Forest?
We have areas around Nairobi, for instance, Limuru, the T-zones. They're very lush and the air is very crisp on those sides, but not to say that those are the only areas.
Yes.
We are trying to create spaces where everybody should be able to enjoy the roads that we have. We have this perception by most motorists that roads were made for cars.
Yes.
And ideally, they're not. Cars will not drive themselves. So the roads were made for humans to use them. And the question is then, how do we then incorporate everybody and make them part of this movement to understand, I on a bicycle, I'm as good as you who is walking, and I'm as good as you who is driving your Range Rover or a big truck.
I think the person who designs our road networks has a Range Rover. I think that's the primary source of movement for that individual, because I keep thinking, how do I even cross this road? How do I even walk along this road? How do I cycle on this road? It's I find it very treacherous for pedestrians.
It is. I want to pose a question to you. In your view, between a private, and I had posed this to Dr. Edna, between a private car, matatu, and a trailer, who are the worst drivers to non-motorized transport or even the motorbikes?
Okay, a private car,
Yes.
a trailer,
Yes.
and a matatu.
Yeah.
For information, I say the bus.
Okay, like matatu bus, public transport. So who is the most treacherous to a pedestrian?
To a cyclist or anybody on two wheels on a road.
Okay, I'm going to put off the trailer. It's either, let me think about private car and matatu. I would say there are more private cars than matatus. So the most, statistically, it would be the private car. That's my thought.
That they're the worst.
Well, because they're just more. Because they're like, how many private cars to matatus? Like 100 private cars for each matatu?
No, in terms,
one for one.
Not in terms of numbers.
Oh, one
but
for
the
one.
users, yes.
What users?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say most matatu drivers are less cognizant of anything else around them, even other private cars or even trailers, than people in their private cars, because it's their private car and they don't want to bash it or be sued or kill somebody.
Actually, the private cars are the worst people the worst drivers to non-motorized transport.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I said that. We've moved from, this is moved from 844 to CBC. Yes. I don't even know where we are, because you just said yes. No, you said no. No,
I wanted it so that it comes out very clearly, because you could have a private car, a matatu, and a trailer on one lane. The private car will come and push you away. The trailer will come and overtake you like a car.
Yes.
The matatu, most of the times, they're very careful. Even as matatus playing amongst themselves,
yes,
they will not come
hit
and
pedestrians and cyclists.
So the private car, the level of entitlement is a bit much more higher. And what you're advocating for to every road user, give us 1.5 meters. It's not too much to ask for.
As a circumference?
Yeah. The distance from the curb to the road, just 1.5 meters.
Oh, okay, 1.5. It's not too much to ask.
Yeah, exactly. And you still will not have crossed over to the other side of the road.
But then we see people going up on pavements and doing all kinds of nonsense. So even that curb, they've even surpassed the curb.
Yeah.
But I love it. I need to understand more about why Jubilee has partnered and is going to be part of this amazing Live Free race after some eve. The live stream, phone, comp, TV. Good afternoon. I'm Olivia Otieno. This is 00 Direct, safe space for women, every Saturday from 10 a.m. on SpiceFM. Moving. Amazing. Lauryn Hill, Kellis, coming up. But right now, I'm joined by Lois Wachira and Dr. Edna Ngare from Jubilee Insurance. Dr. Edna, let me just ask you, why is it so important for an insurer to have healthy customers? Why are you guys so strong on this wellness track?
Yeah. So, well, I think, or rather I know, our company and the directors and the management are very visionary leaders. And what is very, it's a fact, is that for every person who needs to be insured, they're insuring for a risk that is ahead.
Yes.
But before that risk, then what happens? Do we just take your premium and keep quiet? And then we wait until you go to the hospital. We may pay your claim, we may not pay your claim. And then after that...
No, Jubilee will pay your claim. Jubilee Insurance.
All right, let's say, for example.
Jubilee Insurance will pay your claim.
So we pay your claim. Or you don't get sick at all.
Yeah.
Then what? You know, we want to move insurance from looking like this ugly dog to this wonderful person that we are actually taking care of you. We are no longer an insurance, but we are your partner. So we will be with you in your life cycle and in your life plan. And life is all about you. It's about wellness. And wellness is really very holistic. It's physical, it's mental, it's nutritional, it's environment, it is career, it is your
social
environment, social, it is spiritual, it is almost everything. So that is the one thing that encompasses everything about someone's life. And because we are here for life, whether it is a life insurance or a health insurance or even a general insurance, including your car insurance or even your home insurance, it's really about your life that we are taking care of. So that's why for us, wellness then became a very strong agenda and a very strategic agenda for us. And of course, the healthier people you have, the more customer satisfaction you have for people. And we are also, and also we are contributing to social impact and putting in our SDGs of SDG number 3, which is health and well-being. But also we link it together with 17, which is partnership, leveraging on partnerships. So we really, really, really work with partnerships because you can do it all.
Tell me, Lois, when you were approaching Jubilee Insurance to partner with you, because in 2019, it was the Grand Nairobi bike race.
Right.
How long is the race?
The race it's a one-day event.
Yes.
It happens on 20th of November.
Yes.
And we have different race categories. The place where the battle will be most is the main race, which is 80 kilometers circuit that will be around town. And there's a route map for that. So that's what we are looking at. And we have other categories, starting from a kiddies track around KICC. So we are making sure that the whole family comes out. Kiddies track, we have the Black Mamba, which is a fun category, seeing people on single-speed bikes onto that course. Then the paracycling, because as inclusive as we want to be, similar to what Jubilee is doing, bringing everybody out. The family fun riders who are above 9 years old and up until whichever age that you are and you can ride. There's a 16-kilometer circuit for that. For the Para and Black Mamba is 48 kilometers. And then the main race, we have it at 80 kilometers. And then we have veterans who are seasoned riders who are over 45 years. They're also doing the 80-kilometer circuit.
You know what the takeaway of that is, Lois?
Yeah.
Motorists are like, watafunga barabarani on the 20th.
It is happening.
So watafunga to plan.
Yes.
Watafunga barabara.
Yes. It is happening. So equally make your plans.
Yes.
Make your plan to come for this event.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's what's
should be the
go.
takeaway.
Yes, exactly. So make your plan to come for this event. Bring your entire family out. It starts at KICC and ends at KICC. There's a big bike village there in exhibitors. Food is in plenty. Bouncing castles for the kids, and also lots of entertainment. So that's a goal around this event. Bring everybody out. What happened is that by the time we were thinking of putting this event together, is that previously, or rather even currently, we have races that are happening in the cycling scene.
Yes.
But they end up just being attended by people who know or are very endeared to cycling.
Yes.
That means that you leave out other key people who can
Like
also
Dr.
enjoy.
Edna.
And
Yes,
also,
please.
you there. We need you on the bikes. You stay there.
I can. hey, utaniona.
Yeah?
Bado.
Kweli?
Yes.
All right. Even you and your gang, bring them out.
Yes.
So the whole idea is that those events were more of people who were either amateur to pro cycling, but now this event brings now the entire unit together so that it becomes an event for everyone.
I like the outfits.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. For me and cycling, I really like the outfits.
Spandex.
I love it. In a snatch.
Yes.
In a contour.
Yeah.
In a kupata shape. So even me, I like curves.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm going to do this. Yeah. Jubilee Live Free Race for the outfit. Yeah. Because let me tell you cannot go wrong with spandex.
It could go wrong, but if you have your curves on, then it will work out pretty well.
In Nairobi at the moment who doesn't own bikers.
Oh no!
No, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
now we need to convert walewa bikers to cyclists.
Yeah.
You see
To
what I
bib
mean?
shorts.
Yeah.
To bib shorts, that's what they're called.
How did you get into cycling, Lois?
It's interesting. Before 2015,
I
used
love
to
stories
swim.
that start with "it's interesting." Tell me.
All right. Before 2015, I used to swim, and I still swim. I was actually telling Dr. Edna today morning before I came here, I went for a swim and then cycled here. So it became too repetitive for me.
Wait.
Me too. Me too.
Women
Me
on
too.
my Yeah.
I'm like,
And then I just did like a 20k swim. Then I just cycled after 40k to Standard Group on Mombasa.
And I'm still looking fresh.
Freshest.
Like a cucumber.
Freshest. Continue your story.
So,
a good example to the women.
yeah.
We're all looking at like
We have a lot of excuses. We're like, we have to make breakfast.
We'll come for a claim to Jubilee.
And now that she said we are dangerous.
Sorry.
All right, back to the story. So now, it became too routine for me to just go to one particular pool and then swim and leave. So I thought, why not look for something else that's engaging? And 2015, I made it a call. I'm going to learn how to cycle. I learned how to cycle in 2015.
Who taught you?
There's a guy who used to swim and cycle.
Who knew how to cycle?
He's a triathlete.
Yes.
So I thought, you know what, this is the best person to show me.
Okay.
So around university, where the main field,
Yes.
that became before they closed it off to public.
Yes.
It's like, oh yeah, this is where I'm going to learn how to cycle.
Ulianguka mara
Marambili, but the best time that I fell was on Gong Road. It's the best, but it's bad. So can I tell you how that happened? Yes, exactly. Let me break it down.
Grim.
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
So you know the Telkom Oledume Junction, before it's been changed up as it looks right now. So basically, after you leave Impala coming down towards town, there's that Telkom.
Yes.
So we had decided to go for a ride with the guy who taught me.
I
his
know
mother.
it. There's Cheche.
Yes.
Mina Joa Cheche. Okay.
So we had decided to go for a ride to Gong. I was still a newbie. Total.
I was thinking, Telkom.
Yeah.
It was a Cheche.
That's all. That's what you call it. So total newbie, no clue of what needs to happen.
Yeah.
What needs to happen on a road, but I'm like, I need to go to Gong.
Yes.
We get to Gong to the junction, but the person I was with was not able to cycle up. So I was like, okay, I can't go by myself. So let me just turn around, find out where she is, and then we cycle back. And be like, you know what? Let me be a spot. So then on my way down, I thought I had known how to cycle well. Then I decided to jump onto the rough road, only to go onto the rough road, and then I couldn't get the grip of the bike, landed into a ditch. And with these city buses driving down, so all of them had stalled because there was traffic. And then everybody in the bus is on this other side.
Watching you.
Watching me. Because what is this woman doing in a ditch? And then interestingly, there was this group that was cycling from Kikuyu. I'd never met them. But then they saw this damsel in a ditch and they're thinking, what is she doing in this ditch?
Yes.
And so they stopped and then they helped me out. It's like, what are you doing? Help me out. And then the next thing, they were like, we're going down to Nyayo Stadium. I don't know where you're going. You could join us. I ended up going to see a patient who I did not know. They were going to see a patient, a cyclist, who I did not know. But then, for me, I felt the camaraderie that these guys had. I was like, you know what? This is a spot to be in. People are brothers, people are sisters. They will hold you up. So, and the same spirit has grown over the years in terms of even bringing more people onto the spot. Because, of course, when you're out there, and especially as ladies, you get all these nuances about you as a woman cycling. cycling, and the men never get that. Of course, it's in terms of your genitalia, all that stuff.
Really?
Yes.
I thought for women it's more comfortable. It's
Not
not comfortable?
No. Now the comments you get from bystanders and all those, you get the very nasty comments. But for us, that did not deter us, and that's what has helped us grow and also bring more women on board. The time I learned how to cycle and started getting onto the road, we're about 5 or 10 women.
Yes.
But now there are groups of even about, I think collectively there are more than about even 200 women who cycle within this city.
Regularly
Or even once in a while leisurely. I'm sure when you go to Karura, I'm sure you also see ladies there. But of course that's a much more safer space. But on the road you'll still see the numbers growing, and also there's a race that happens that is just focused on lady cycling. It's called Dada Rides.
Dada Rides.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to your friend that you were turning around for before you got in the ditch? You know, Dr.
Oh my gosh.
Ajatuambia, she went off with this group of guys to Nyayo Stadium to see some. She left her friend.
And then she forgot.
Yeah,
No, I, as we were riding down,
Yeah.
she's a mom to the guy who taught me how to cycle. She also cycles. Yeah, pretty good. So I told her, Mama Toto, hop on. So all this time I thought she was behind me.
Yes.
Only for me to get to Nyayo Stadium and realize, she didn't come with us. And at the time, I was not so confident even turning to look behind, because if you're a newbie cyclist, chances are when you turn, your entire bike turns.
Yes.
So I didn't get to see where she was. So, but the good thing is that we met again. YMCA,
Yes.
because that's where she had we had started our journey from, our cycling from, and we met again and then said, hey, this is what happened. So I had to narrate to her how this story unwound, and she was like, this is crazy. Then she was like, I saw you, but then I decided to go left. So,
So you've only been cycling for 7 years?
Yeah, only 7 years.
And when did you found Exigent?
We founded Exigent in 2019 as well. Yeah.
Joined by Lois Washira and Dr. Edna Ngare from Jubilee Insurance. And Dr. Ngare is actually the head of wellness at Jubilee Insurance. Tell me why you've decided to partner with Exigent.
Okay. So, as Jubilee Insurance, we have about 3 objectives out of this. The first one, of course, is the wellness aspect, and to bring out and push the agenda for wellness and people just living good lives. The second one is a conservation, which they're also very big at.
5,000 trees.
Yeah,
That's
really.
a lot.
Yeah, so we had to look for a very good, strong partner for that. The third thing is we are celebrating 85 years of existence. Imagine.
Wow, Mumbi, pull up, some
Imagine.
clubs, pull up.
So, guess when we were incorporated?
85 years ago.
1937.
I like that.
Olivia.
Right.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yes.
Very good. We'll give you a reward. 1937
Wow.
in Mombasa. That was our first office, a very small office. And then now we are this big company 85 years later with health, with medical, with pension, and with general, which we've partnered with Allianz to be able to run that.
Yes.
So in this so big partners coming together to then drive a very big agenda. And we're also celebrating and saying we are a very credible insurer, holding 165 billion.
Which currency?
Kenya shillings.
Okay. just be clear.
Good enough.
Yes, it's fantastic. It's good.
Yeah, good enough. 165 billion. So I think we are one of the strongest in the insurance company. And we have subsidiaries in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, Mauritius.
Wow.
And still growing strong. So for us, we were looking for a partner.
Yes.
Who can then encompass all these things together. And we said, okay, fine. You know what? We have been running as a country. Everybody has been running. We've just done Stanchart Marathon. People are running. We are runners. That's good. What else can we do to improve people's wellness and push an agenda?
Golf.
Well, how many people can play golf? How many golf sets do we have?
I'm as good at golf as you are at cycling, Dr. Edna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my golfing skills match your cycling.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I don't know how to cycle.
And the fact that you have to be so quiet on that course. Oh, no.
I know. It drives me mad. It drives me mad.
There are people who are really happy playing golf
in silence.
Yes.
Who are these people? No, just kidding.
Of course.
So it depends. What we say in wellness is when you pick a physical activity, it all goes within your character and within your personality. That's why most people, there are guys who are very good and happy swimming. There are guys who are good with gym. Others are like, I can't do gym. There are others who are very good in running. There are others who are like, let me just do Zumba and get my adrenaline on. There are others who do HIIT. They want just to be really,
Some
really
are
out
yogis.
there. There are others who are yogis. They just want silence. But all of it is sport. And there are the guys who do golf.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and skating and all that. So really, whatever you choose is dependent on your personality and your character.
Yes.
But then cycling, you get all children, most children.
Except the children in
like
the home
me.
of Dr. Edna.
No, my children, they cycle.
Yeah.
I never cycled when I was young. Yeah. And maybe that's why I don't cycle, but I'm going to learn. It's never too late.
It's never too late.
I'm taking
Lois
her up
learned
on the
in
challenge.
2015.
Yes.
So I'm going to learn. This year is my year of learning cycling.
Should I make your accountability partner this
please,
week?
Yes.
Please make me
I will
so.
do.
I even have a bike.
You have a wow.
Yes, I have a bike.
That you don't ride.
No.
That does what?
I rode once. Then I told Lois before we came here, I rode once and I expected to get the joy that I see my children having.
Yes, it's great.
And I sat on the chair and I'm like, oh my God, why is this chair so uncomfortable?
and that probably brings us to the outfit again.
Yes.
Alex, and whatever it is that you wear, because I'm sure probably you just had your gym tights.
God.
I just
had
normal.
There's
I went to
cycling shorts.
Karura and I'm like, let me just run. As I see my children cycling, I'm like, okay, fine, get my bike out.
Let me try.
So, of course, I was just in my running gear and then I got onto the bike. Wow. Well, I tried. When you get into it and they've taught you, you're like, I can move from here to point A. It was very exciting mentally. Then over time, I kept riding. Then there's a terrain that is a bit bumpy and rough. And I'm like, I can't sit on this chair. What is wrong with this chair? Why are people happy?
It comes to gear because as I said, you have there's gear for cycling that is padded.
Yes.
And that's what's very hard.
No, I just got used to it. It's like rhino skin down there for me. It's like rhino skin. Yeah. Very firm. Like, when I get to do it's like you look at people like, why are you feeling so uncomfortable? It's so and I'm just
Okay.
So really pictures everywhere.
But that's the thing. Now everyone's so curious. It's like, is it really rhino skin? They're just kidding.
Well, okay, let me just say this. We are very good at pushing agendas. And when you're in a position of leadership.
Yes.
So we've done 85 years. Well and good. We have all this 165 billion. Well and good.
Yes.
We are one of the first companies locally to be incorporated. Well and good. We are in the NSC and our share is doing brilliantly well. Well and good. But when you're in a position of leadership, then what should you be doing? You should be influencing and you should be pushing agendas for the overall good of the others.
Yes.
And that is exactly now why we said, okay, fine. Let us look for what is an overall good for the rest of everybody else.
Yes.
And I think biking cuts across all levels. It doesn't matter how much you earn. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter how old you
Even
are.
your general level of fitness.
No,
you can do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you are, like you never went to the gym 3 years ago or you didn't.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. It doesn't matter if you're female or male. It really cuts across everybody. And it can be the new thing that we are trying now to say, okay, fine, can we now push this bike riding? It may push other agendas with bike riding.
Yes.
It could be the urban cities.
Yes, certainly.
How can we make them bicycle ready?
Yes.
It could be the climate change. How then can we move people? Like in Germany, guys are just driving bikes. Netherlands, I think most of them are riding bikes. You actually ride to school. And can we even get our children to start riding to school and give them bike parking areas? So when you're a big company or when you're the big boy, it's your time to push an agenda. And that is now what we are doing. We are pushing the agenda and putting everything together. The wellness, the environment, urban cities, and save your fuel.
Yes.
We might not even start talking about, how much fuel is costing and all that. People, we can ride bikes.
It's interesting because moving from Gong Road to town and you're in your car,
Yeah.
I'll get to town before you do.
Yes, you will.
See?
You will.
See? Yeah.
You will as a cyclist. You
Yeah.
definitely will.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the famous cyclists. You're telling me about one that actually trained in Kenya and why Kenya should be known as a cycling nation.
So there's one gentleman called Chris Froome. He's won Tour de France, one of the biggest cycling races in the world. And he was trained in Kikuyu by some of, actually the guy I was telling, the guys who rescued me on Gong Road.
Yes.
That team, it's called Safari Simbas.
Yes.
So they're the ones who nurtured him. But unfortunately, the Kenyan space did not work for him because, of course, there are always issues in terms of governance around some of these federations. But we are moving from that narrative because in this event, we are working closely together with the Kenya Cycling Federation to just also have them on board because we have other federations having so many issues. But the Kenya Cycling Federation has embraced this event and sees it as a means to also advance the agenda around cycling in Kenya and also improving the uptake of cycling as a sport. We want to not only have athletics as a sport to go to for some of these champions.
True.
We have our biggest goat, Eliud.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's training in Iten. And some of the best cyclists we have in Kenya are from Iten. But we're not just looking at people from Iten. These events, as Dr. Edna said, Jubilee cross-cuts across East Africa. We have invited cyclists from Rwanda who are pretty good and very
Because
good.
they can manage those hills. They're
Those
really
hills, 1,000
challenging.
hills are quite something. Uganda, Tanzania, we have also Burundi, and the interesting new child on the block, Congo. They're all coming for this event.
Yeah.
So that tells us that there's a huge opportunity in terms of even positioning the country, not only as tourist destination where you come and you're in your big 4x4 and you're going to Masai Mara. It can be a sports cycling destination. We have all the landscape that any country in the world would wish to have.
Yes.
If it's the mountains, we have the beautiful trails for mountain biking. We have the sea spaces, and also we have the desert routes where people can come up with very beautiful tours and enjoy the country in a different way other than just sitting in a car, which is much more healthy.
Lois, how can someone register for the Jubilee Live Free race?
All the registrations are going through our website, and it's www.jubileegnbrlivefreerace.co.ke. I know it's a mouthful, but I'll say it again. jubileegnbrlivefreerace.co.ke.
Another very interesting event happening on the 20th of this month. It is the Jubilee Live Free race. Lois Washira, tell me about the different categories, because I understand that it's for the entire family, not just
Exactly.
you professional cyclists.
Yes.
Nini.
Yeah. As I earlier said, we have different categories. And these categories, the whole idea is to bring out the entire family, as I earlier mentioned. So we had a kiddies track. The kiddies track, we're saying, let these kids see what they can become of. By having to attend such an event and see pro cyclists or even amateur cyclists going to pro, see how that looks like. The kiddies track is less than a kilometer around KICC. And the beautiful thing is that once they're done with their loop, they'll go into KICC and there's a play area with your trampolines, your bouncing castles, everything. So basically that will be a secure space for these kids.
Yes.
From the kiddies, we're saying the family fun ride. If you're having a family and you have these kids who you want to bring but cannot finish the 16-kilometer loop, have them come. The kids will stay in the kiddies track and go on to the bouncing castle and play area. Have you go your 16 kilometers and then you'll come back and join your kids later. It's a secure space. Kids are nicely tagged and we're making sure that no kids can leave that play area without a guardian who is known that they're the guardians for this.
So
kids.
pause.
Yeah.
There are a few safe spaces that I entrust my child away from me. There's Sarat Center play area. Of course, I know all of them, and I watch with CCTV. I know the security guy there. But the point is, if I want to cycle, right? I want to do whatever distance I want to cycle, and I have my preschooler or 7-year-old who wants to do the loop, the 1 kilometer loop. Are they safe on their own? Or do I bring a nanny? Do I bring a minder? Like, what would make it the best experience, just so that we're all on the same page?
So what is happening is that the place is secured. First of all, we have security all around the play area for the kids.
Yes.
And of course, there'll be marshals manning the entrance and exit.
Because these are people's children.
Yes, they are. Yes. Yeah, the people's children. That's why we are saying.
Yeah.
Once they come back into the village,
Yes.
they are only confined to that place, and they'll have minders who can be able. If they need to use the washrooms, somebody will take them to the washrooms. Just making sure go to the washrooms and come back to the play area.
Okay.
And that's it.
How much is this entire event? What are the fees?
For the kiddies, I had not finished on the categories.
Yes.
So back to the categories, we have the Black Mamba and the paracycling.
Yes.
Black Mamba is 48 kilometers, and that's it's a circuit. So
Okay.
on the circuit, they're going thrice.
Okay.
So it clocks in to 48 kilometers, and paracycling also is 48 kilometers, and the same thing, a circuit. Now we have the main race, which is the fun where everybody is waiting for the
80.
action. It's 80 kilometers. Most of the people think it's an easy course. It is. It looks easy, of course, in comparison to some of the other places that we go for these races, but it's about speed.
Okay.
So you have to be on your A game in terms of how you do your maneuvering, your corners. It's just about speed. But we are saying also mind the other cyclists on the route, because it's a circuit. You'll be having other people on the route. And you're saying if you're not fast, keep left.
Okay.
And that's more about the safety elements.
Yes.
And then also make sure in terms of safety, come with your helmet. Have a helmet. It's a that's how even as a cyclist start to adopt and know what is necessary and know how we can be seen by other road users in our normal day lives. Now, the last category is the veterans. So they're still also doing the 50 kilometer, the 80 kilometer loop. In terms of-
Veterans.
yes.
What classifies somebody as a veteran?
What in cycling, veterans are over 45 years.
Okay, I'm not there yet.
You're not there. I
I'm
just
not
said.
there yet. Hey, I can still manage. Do it.
So we're waiting for you for the 80 kilometer
Yes,
loop.
yes, I'll be there.
80 kilometers.
Sort of.
But not quite. All right, maybe you can start off with the family fun ride, which is 16 kilometers.
Definitely.
At least it warms you up. And the fact that the roads will be closed ensures and guarantees that element of
It
safety.
will be the best day to cycle in Nairobi. Please
exactly.
come out for the
Sure.
Jubilee Live Free race, because you're going to experience Nairobi like you've never experienced it before.
The beautiful thing is that KURA, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, is also on board with this, because they're also trying to create awareness of the infrastructure they've created. We spoke with the director of communications there, it's called Mr. Cheboi, and he says in Nairobi alone, they've created about 1,000 kilometer network of non-motorized transport.
Wow.
Yeah, but the question is, why aren't we using, or how can we better utilize this infrastructure? Because was it being created for anyway?
Exactly.
They're saying we are looking for these safe spaces. But the issue we have is that, yes, it's pretty okay, the infrastructure that we're getting, but of course there are some flaws here and there that need to be addressed. You'll find a road has been created, or a cycling path. That's where the guy who is selling plants comes and sets up his shop.
Yeah.
So you're forced to go back onto the main road.
Yes, yes.
Or you'll find it has cabro. The cabro comes off. I let her hit that cabro, and then my bike gets messed up.
Yes.
I'll be forced to go back onto the main road. So the issue here is about enforcement. How do we make sure that even as a community, that we are growing the culture of people appreciating these are the modes of transport, and cycling being one of them. Motorbikes have been there, and they've come and pushed their agenda.
Yes.
And of course, with the muscle of being motorized, it works in their favor. Here, as a cyclist, my energy, my power is in my legs.
Yes.
So you might come and push me off a hill, and if you push me off a hill, it means probably the rest of that hill I may not be able to
Climb it.
climb
Yeah.
it back. So why not just then create those mechanisms of people even understanding gradually that you also need to accommodate other people.
We've gone through the categories.
Yeah.
I want to understand the pricing.
The pricing for the kiddies, you're saying making it affordable. 250 bob,
Okay.
and you'll get entertainment.
Okay.
Trust you me, I'm sure the Surrey Center place you
It's
like
too
about.
expensive.
Exactly. So bring them out for this one, which is much more affordable.
Yeah.
Then for the family fun riders, we want the entire unit to come. Let's say you're a husband, wife, and probably your 2 kids, 500 per person.
Okay.
So it's still more affordable. For the main race, we are looking at 1,000 in veterans, and then the paracyclist and the Black Mamba, where the fun will also be. We're bringing guys from Kakamega, Mumias, everywhere. All those Black Mamba, Nakuru guys.
Yes.
Please come on board. It's 250 shillings.
That is so affordable.
Exactly.
Are there prizes? Is Jubilee Insurance offering some prizes for these cyclists?
Yes,
Yes,
there's a prize
of
kitty.
course.
that is going towards all these categories. And what we are saying, there's been a very huge disparity when it comes to winnings for ladies and gents in many races, not only in cycling or even athletics, but we are saying we are creating a balance. So if, for instance, in the main race, we are saying the first 3 guys and the first 3 ladies get equal prize money. Then from number 4 to 10, they also, now whoever comes under that group, whether you're a lady or you're a guy, we rank you based on that. So everybody it's equal prize money across board.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Dr. Edna?
I think maybe what we haven't mentioned is that even if you don't have a bike, you can come there. The bikes are there for hire at
1,000 shillings.
1,000 shillings.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't feel shy that I don't have my bike, or in the event you just want to leave it, or it's, bikes, especially now that people are training, something may happen.
Yes.
And then you don't get someone to repair it on time. Just come, and then you'll get the bikes there.
And just probably, just to add on to that, in terms of the route cost, we are saying we are reducing the use of single plastics. So please carry your water bottle. You'll be refilled for. There are watering points along the route. And in terms of your bike repairs, should you get minor issues on the route, there'll be guys who are mobile who can be able to help you fix your bicycle. So you're trying to make it as pleasant as possible, while at the same time looking at the environment. We see some of these races, there's so much plastic litter that goes back into the environment. And for us, given the cause that we are working with or working towards, let's reduce the use of single plastics. For instance, I have my water bottle like these ones. Carry it. It's no harm. And then carry your water bottle that you can actually mount onto your bicycle or put at the back of your jersey, because your jersey comes in with a pocket. You get beautiful jerseys. They're coming.
I love the fact that the outfits have spandex. One more time, give us that URL for how to register.
The registration, you go to the website www.jubilee.gnbr.livefreerace.co.ke.
Jubilee GNBR livefreerace.co.ke.
You got it. Perfect.
Jubilee GNBR livefreerace.co.ke.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm a Google. Utaipata.
Or just Google. If you go to Google and then you say Grand Nairobi Bike Race, and whatever it will give you, you'll be able to get the page there, and then you register.
Good afternoon. I am Olivia Otero. This is Double O Direct every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm just about almost done with my work week. It has been great, but there's still half an hour left. This is a show with women, by women, for women, but everyone is welcome to listen. Every single person. Right now, I'm wrapping things up with Jubilee Live Free Race, Wellness and Environmental Conservation. I love that. Wellness and environmental conservation. And I love what Dr. Edna Ngare said when she was like, it's 360. It's internally, externally, and everything around you. That's what wellness is all about, isn't it?
Exactly.
What are your parting words, Dr. Ngare?
So my parting words are, we as Jubilee Insurance have a program called Maisha Fiti. I think we've not mentioned that.
My phone is on. Let me download app. What do I do?
So we have a Maisha Fiti app. You download from the App Store, or you download from Google Play. You'll be able then to be directed on how to register. Inside there, you'll be able to track your runs just like any other app right now. But what is different is that you can even ask for an ambulance, especially if you're a Jubilee Insurance client.
I was asked for an ambulance last Sunday. They were circling me like vultures, but I said no.
That's Stanchat, right?
I was telling them. They were circling. The cops were eating chapos. They were like, "Uy, mama tamek." They were talking amongst themselves. No waskia, nyinyi wa polisi. I made it. All right, so Maisha Fiti.
Maisha Fiti.
Okay.
So
I found it.
So Maisha Fiti is our wellness program that supports and guides an individual on their mental, physical health. So we do a lot of physical exercises. We reward people for leading on their boards. So I know we have apps that, you can get your leaderboard and see whether you're the first one or the second one. What makes a difference with Maisha Fiti is that we reward you.
Okay.
We reward the leaders.
Like what?
If you have your goal and you say that my goal is to be able to do this many steps in this period of time, you actually meet those goals, your points start accumulating. So you'll be able to see, once you open the app, the first thing you'll see is your points, how many points
So
you
it's
actually
like when
have.
you go to like the supermarket ones.
Yes.
So you get like a reward.
Yes.
I
yes.
love that.
So you accumulate points for every good physical, nutritional, mental thing that you do and any activity. If you participate in some of our events, including the bike race, you get points. If you participate in other events that we do for running, you get points.
Yes.
You participate in a mental wellness webinar, because mental health has become a
Chronic.
big
Chronic, yeah.
issue. It's such a big issue.
Yes.
In fact, our data right now shows how we are increasingly paying for mental health issues, and I think there are others that we're not even paying for, because
Yes.
first of all, the access. People are not accessing it, and maybe people don't know where to access, how to access, when to access. So we want now to build that mental health awareness and to give you interventions for your mental health.
And to
So we-
normalize talking about it. To
Yeah,
normalize
yeah,
discussion.
exactly.
To not make
Yeah.
it such a stigma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we give, of course, more points for if you attend the mental health webinar. So we give more points for things that we really want to push. And then you accumulate a certain number of points, you're able to see your rewards on the application. The other way we're doing it is by introducing hobbies. So someone would like maybe to run, so we have communities inside there for
Yes.
motivation. So we have a running club, we have a walking community, we have an adventure community for the guys who want to just hike and do any other
Those
thing,
paragliding,
water rafting,
those guys,
I
yeah.
don't know what. Yeah. And then we have a sports one for guys now, the golfers and all that. And then we have for healthy eating and healthy cooking. So we have challenges of what to cook for which week. So this week we're doing boiled foods. The next week we're doing salads. You put your video there, then you get your points and all that. Then we have a book club, because then there are other guys
I've
who
just
like.
finished a book called
Yeah.
Behind Closed Doors. It was a
Nice.
thriller. It made me not want to be married.
Wow.
Really? Oh,
It was very frightening. But I'd love to join your book club. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love exchanging books.
Yeah.
Because once I finish it, I don't keep books. I think books should be shared.
Yeah.
So
True.
I'd love that. Yes,
Yeah.
I've downloaded the app. I'm
Good.
ready.
and it's interesting because even for us on that day, we have partnered also with a company called Somanami. So
Oh.
Somanami, what they've done, they've stocked books written by Africans,
I
full
love
books,
it.
and they're at what's it, Green, the mall on
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse Mall.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So there you're able to see all this nice African written literature. Very nice books.
So I'll
Yeah.
be able to talk to the people from
Behind
Somanami
Somanami and
at the
at the-
Jubilee Live Free
Yes,
Race.
Yes.
exactly.
In
At the
fact-
KICC.
At the
Yeah.
KICC.
On the 20th of November.
On the 20th.
From what time?
from
7:30.
7:30 up until 5 p.m.
Great.
Yes.
Continue, my Shafit.
Yes. So actually, you'll find other partners there, because, as I said, we leverage a lot on partnerships.
Yes.
So in the app also, you'll see the partners that we have partnered with. You go there, you get discounts as a MyShafiti member.
Wow.
And the partners we are leveraging with are people within the health and lifestyle ecosystem, so that then we make things accessible, affordable, and available. You may not know where to get it, but you think you need it. So we are putting that as part of our partners. We have Textbook Center.
Yeah.
We have Nairobi Sports House. So you also get percentage discounts on your gym wear, on your
Sporting equipment.
fishing, whatever it is. Yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah.
It's another golf like
It's
event.
another golf.
my relatives in Kisumu are thinking, I need to go to Nairobi Sports House for fishing.
No.
Equipment. But anyway, another story altogether. Another show.
Trust
Continue.
me, it's for hobbies. Only those with hobbies.
Yeah.
So we have gyms,
Yeah.
we have spas, we have partnered also with hotels. They give people discounts. In fact, one of the winners in the cycle race will get a trip for two to Leopard Beach Resort.
Oh, Leopard Beach is so
yeah,
nice.
amazing.
Oh,
It's
my
amazing,
goodness.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. So it's one of our partners as well.
Yeah.
So you get discounts there. But we want to also promote things to actually let people know that wellness is around you.
Oh yeah.
It's not so far-fetched. It's not too far from you.
Yes.
It is just within and around you. And the things you just need to be able to know and identify which one it is and how to use it and what to do for it. So that's what we do as My Shafiti. So this My Shafiti program is really what we are trying to revolutionize insurance with. Other insurance companies outside Kenya have insurance wellness programs in South Africa, in the US, in UK. They all have embraced these wellness programs, not just for
Vitality used to connect to my Apple Watch,
Yeah,
so
you see?
that they could reward me for keeping healthy and fit
Exactly.
with regards to my life insurance policy.
Exactly.
Before I switched to Jubilee.
No, we're gonna do for you.
You're converted. Yeah.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Maisha Fiti is the new Vitality.
Yes.
In East Africa. So our aim is to be the leading East wellness provider for East Africa.
Oh, you heard of them?
Yes, of course. How can I not?
That's your global.
We only do things based on data research. You know, you have to know
Who's out there?
Yeah,
Wanafanya nini?
yeah. So that is really what we do. So anyone who knows about Vitality, that's really what we are sort of doing as Maisha Fiti, and then localizing it to the East African community.
Great.
And to within our culture, within our providers, within our networks, and all things in between. So my parting shot is what I always say anytime I talk about wellness. And for me, anyone who ever asks me, what is it? Is it what I eat? Is it how I exercise? Is it? So most of the time we always tend towards exercise because that's what most people find. I don't know whether it's the mind or what influencers have done to us. It's a good thing to do physical. But the most important thing is your mind. It's actually the mental health that matters the most. Because if your mental health is not well, you'll not do the physical exercises, you'll not eat well. Even if you eat, you'll be wondering, why am I eating this and this and this? And I'm still not feeling okay. Wellness is when you reach a point where you're feeling, I'm living. I'm not just alive. You know, I'm not just waking up, I'm alive, and then I just move from a point A to point B. No, you're waking up and you're like, yes, I am living well.
Yes.
Either you've eaten well, either your job is good,
You've slept
your family
well,
is good,
you can cope.
You can cope,
Yeah.
you're having good relationships, you're having good social networks, your home environment is airy and good. You know, it's a whole lot of things put together. But if your mental health is not okay, then nothing else would be okay. And then I always say, in the medical field, we've been able to get transplants for the heart, for the kidney. We can replicate anything, but the brain, never. You can never get a brain transplant. The brain is yours, what you have, that's it. So it's good when you take care of that particular brain. What you think, what you feed it, how you feed it, with food, with particular food you feed it with, the content that you put in it, you know, that means the books you read.
Yeah.
And the non-stop scrolling that you're doing.
And the non-stop scrolling that you're doing, the emotions that you carry along, your emotional intelligence, everything is really being tuned by your brain. Whether you're going to decide whether to come and do this bike race of an 80 kilometers or 48 or 16, it's your brain. Eliud Kipchoge, that's why I really like him so much. He doesn't just run. He actually does mental awareness, because every time he runs, he comes back and any question is asked, he talks about the brain. He just talks about, it's your mind. It's your mind. At the end of the day, really, it is your mind. So wellness really is your mental health.
Dr. Edna Ngare, Head of Wellness, Jubilee Insurance. What are your parting words, Lois?
Just to add on to Dr. Edna's parting shot, back in 2019 when COVID struck, guys took up cycling, and very many bike shops that we have sold out. You go to some of the bike shops that are stocking a range of bikes from starter all the way to pro bikes. They sold out. That has never happened. Even your estate bike guy would sell you a very cheap bike, but the prices had gone up.
Yes.
That means there are bikes out there. My parting shot is that make sure you come out for this race.
Yes.
Because first things first, the roads are much safer. So come out for this race, because we don't want you bike gathering dust. Dr. Edna, you said you're getting back onto your bicycle very soon, so that's very good.
Yes.
So with this event, just make sure that you have all prepared well. And preparing well means just have a good breakfast, come for that event. But before then, do your proper training. Just go out on the road, go to Karura, safe spaces that you're familiar with. And with those safe spaces, just be able to feel how it feels riding on a road. And this event, especially for the family fun ride, it will be a guided event, so that you don't have, if you have any issues, you're making sure that the experience of the cyclist is taken care of. But then also being mindful of the environment that you're cycling in. Don't go littering. When you throw a bottle on the road and there are cyclists behind you, definitely there might be a crash. And we are trying to make this a safe space for everyone. So always remember that when you're riding, you're making sure that you're riding not alone, but you're riding as a group and as a team. And when you have a team, it's good to at least also appreciate the team dynamics and make sure that the space is safe for you and as well as other cyclists. So make sure you register for this event.
Thank you.
Again, the link is www.jubileegnbr.livefreerace.co.ke.
www.jubileegnbr.livefreerace.co.ke.
Yeah. So make sure you sign up, and you're hoping that we can get as many as 5,000 cyclists. Come out.
It'll be such a great day. It's going to go down at the KICC, 20th of November. It's a Sunday. Roads will be closed. There are several partnerships. It's fun for the entire family. Thank you so much, Dr. Edna Garis. Thank you so much, Lois Swisher. I really appreciate it. Ladies, have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you
and
much.
thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
And see you on
Looking
28th.
forward.